Good morning and welcome to another episode of Daybreak. I'm your host, Jess Paterchak.
And I'm your host, Alex Grubbs. Today on Daybreak, we'll be updating you with the latest national news.
Informing you on the ups and downs in sports.
And what's happening all around the world.
All that and more, Daybreak starts now. Start your morning with us, only on Daybreak. All right, so Alex, it's been really nice this week.
I know it's been nice and warm. This is the type of weather I prefer, but it's February, so it's weird.
February.
Yeah, I know.
What is up right now?
I know.
Danny's, can you tell us what's up?
Well, this week is going to be a lot colder than it's been the last couple of weeks because Mother Nature cannot make up her mind. As you can see, I'm wearing this very bright color blazer because I'm feeling like Friday. Friday's going to be the only sunny day of the week. The rest of the week are my haters. So your week is going to start off on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday are going to be all cloudy with a few chances of rain, and it's going to be in the high 40s on Monday, on the high 50s on Tuesday, and then the high 50s on Wednesday. Then towards the end of your week, it's going to be on the 40s again. And as I said, Friday's going to be a good day because on Friday it's going to be sunny. But unfortunately, Mother Nature does not make up her mind, so it will be 41 with a low of 29. Then on the weekend, because everyone loves the weekend, unfortunately, it will not be as warm as we would like it to be because it will be in the high 40s with a low of 33, both on Saturday and Sunday. So make up your mind, Mother Nature, because that groundhog said that it was supposed to be winter. You made it warmer this past couple weeks, and now it's cold again. What's going on?
Hey, Danny, so you have commentated on it's going to be sunny. Now, spring break is right around the corner. What's the weather going to be like for that?
Well, as I said before, it's going to be a lot colder than it's been before. Mother Nature does not make up her mind. I would like to be summer, like my blazer, because I am bright and warm. So, yep, but that's going to be it. I'm sorry.
Thanks, Danny. Let's swing on over to Francesca with the latest sports updates.
Thanks, Alex. Steelers' very own coach Joey Porter pleaded guilty on Tuesday to disorderly conduct after a dispute in Southside earlier this month. According to his defense attorney, Robert Del Greco, Porter was initially charged with numerous felony and misdemeanor charges. The dispute happened when a Southside bar's bouncer denied Porter into the bar. Porter has been reinstated to the team after the district attorney announced he was dropping the most serious charges. In NBA news, the Lakers have decided to name Hall of Fame Magic Johnson their new president of basketball operations, according to ESPN. The team also decided to fire longtime general manager Mitch Kupchak and hire prominent player agent Rob Pelinka, who is best known as Kobe Bryant's agent. Originally, league sources confirmed that Golden State Warriors general manager Bob Myers was in the running for the job, but for unknown reasons, chose Pelinka over Myers. This Saturday is a huge day for Penguins and Flyers fans. The Stadium Series will take place at Heinz Field, but it's with a twist. Many workers and players are nervous for the weather, as it will be a high of 76 on Friday and raining on Saturday. Flyers president Paul Holmgren tweeted that if the outdoor game can't be played on Saturday, that it will be moved to Sunday. The NHL has yet to announce a decision for the game, but will keep fans posted before Saturday. Back to you guys at the couch.
All right, so Fran, you mentioned Joey Porter and his arrest charges happening lately in the South Side. Do you think this is going to affect his memory with the Steelers and everything that he's accomplished being a linebacker and becoming the linebacker coach?
You know what, Jess? I think that Steelers fans take it really to heart whenever something bad happens to them, so I think it's going to hurt him a little bit, and family people aren't going to be too happy with him being around the Steelers. However, the Rooneys seem like they're a very forgiving family, and they think they really know what happened in Southside, unlike what we know. So I think they're going to forgive him, but it's going to be a little rough transition to get, especially for next season.
Thanks, Fran. Lately, we've touched on the exciting things happening within Point Park's chapter of United Student Government. Outside of having Bill Peduto speak on behalf of the better good of Pittsburgh to the public and having an open forum with representatives from Point Park's food service provider Culinart, the most recent excitement included an open forum with Point Park's Director of Technology, Tim Wilson. It was during this meeting that students requested more printers around campus, digitally interactive classroom settings, as well as others. Wilson said, quote, "It's been a great success and we are wanting to move in that direction." End quote. Look for updates on technology for Point Park campus in the not too distant future.
Last week, the Center for Sports Media and Marketing hosted an event in the Student Center featuring the successes of Point Park women in sports and the entertainment industry. The spinoff was all three panelists, including Brianna Harsany, Mickey Haney, Katie Surevics, and all Point Park alums. Haney, being the former graduate assistant for the center, was very accustomed to Point Park's atmosphere in broadcast journalism. They went on to discuss their experiences in the field with freelancing, becoming production assistants, and running the full show as well. Co-director for the center, Tom McMillan, said, quote, "When you watch TV, stuff doesn't just happen. A lot of people do work to get that silly stat on the screen," end quote. Working and gaining experience from Point Park facilities as well as this dynamic city has allowed them to become successful. The center looks to host another panelist discussion in March.
This past Thursday, Pay It Forward hosted the Bag It Forward event to benefit the local women's shelter called Women's Space East. A table was set up by students to get other students and faculty to partake in building a bag for those women in need. Former president of Pay It Forward, Patty Sorg, said, quote, "Students will walk through and put items into the bag. At the end, we'll have a bunch of markers to write encouraging words to give them some hope," end quote. The items in the bags consisted of feminine products as well as deodorant and mouthwash. They have many events planned in order to collaborate on raising money to go towards the Syrian refugee crisis and organizing a walk to raise awareness for MS at Point State Park. More details to come in the future.
Earlier this week, the Center for Media Innovation hosted a panel discussion, but it wasn't one you've seen before. This panel included fashion beat writers from the locally run Pittsburgh Post-Gazette and the Tribune Review. According to the CMI's website, broadcasting students Casey Houlihan and Bree Yule collaborated on setting up a discussion to analyze the fashion of celebrities at award shows in the past and make traditions on trends for the 2017 Academy Awards. They used a space and 90-inch monitors to display their style and critique or praise their choices. Visit social media accounts and Entertainment On Point for the full discussion. That's it for campus news. Coming up after the break, we have news around the town and around the world.
That and more here on Daybreak.
We are a social people. We share our inspiration, wisdom, creations, and memories. We share what makes us laugh and what angers us. Built on the notion of a free flow of ideas, our country thrives on the freedom of speech. Without it, who would watch over our governing powers? And how would we share our history to make a difference for the future? It's this freedom to share that gives us a reason to listen.
All right, guys, any questions on scripts? We good to go?
Yep, right. Should be good.
All right, great.
Cool.
All right, yeah, camera 3 set up right there. Camera 2. All right. Use the ball when you're moving this around, but set up for the 2 shot just right there. Weather, how we doing?
It gon' rain.
Perfect.
Welcome back to Daybreak. I'm Sarah Mackin with your
The real host, Adrian Billon, was seen snuggled up.
All right, prompter. We got everything in. We're good to go? Key Pro, everything loaded. We're good to go? All right. Tyler, any questions?
That shot looks fine.
3, 2, 1. Bring up camera 2. Open mics. Cue talent.
Good morning and welcome to Daybreak. I'm Blaine King.
Thanks for tuning in. I'm Aubrey Henkin.
And I'm Aaron Myler.
And this is Entertainment on Point.
Beyonce has surprised us again.
Kanye West just tweeted.
This was a huge weekend at the box office.
A fan favorite TV show just got canceled.
Guess what band is coming to the city? And the award went to...
But did you see her engagement ring?
Her outfit was awful.
I would fire her stylist.
Tune in for all of your Hollywood gossip and pop culture news.
Entertainment on Point.
Get into the point of pop culture.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Daybreak, and here's your city news. Pittsburgh Mayor Bill Peduto called for East Liberty developers to assist in helping find homes for displaced residents. The Pittsburgh Post-Gazette reported that Peduto is asking the developers to find homes for will-be displaced residents at the Penn Plaza apartments to make way for a Whole Foods market. In a letter to multiple developers, Peduto wrote that only 20 of over 200 residents at the apartment complex are still looking for new housing. Peduto said in the letter, quote, "These residents have lived through the hard times in East Liberty, and they deserve the opportunity to live through the good times," end quote. He hopes developers accept the letter as an appeal.
A 3-month-old puppy will keep its vision after being found with a metal rod through his head. Reported by WTAE, the terrier mix was in medical treatment at University Veterinary Specialist for 3 weeks. Earlier this month, the puppy was brought in from Bentleyville. Veterinary Dr. Rory Lubold said, quote, "I expect him to make a full recovery and be a very normal, happy dog," end quote. Since then, the puppy has been chasing toys and running around. Doctors hope the puppy will find a new home soon. UVS Cares Foundation is offering financial assistance for this care. Donations can be made at uvscares.com or by calling 724-707-2273. Authorities currently have no suspects in the investigation into the dog's injuries.
It's been over a half a century since this rocket has been on the moon, and it's taking a landing here in Pittsburgh. The Apollo 11 space shuttle Columbia will be leaving the Smithsonian in Washington, D.C. and kicking off the tour in Houston, Texas, before making its way to the Steel City. This is the first time leaving the museum since its original tour in 1969. Part of the reason for the tour is the new renovations at the National Air and Space Museum that will not be finished until 2020. It will be on display at the Heinz History Center here in Pittsburgh in late 2018. It's a far time from now, but it won't be long until it blasts over here.
And Pitcairn residents hope to have emergency medical services restored to their town. WPXI reported that more than 90% of VMS in Allegheny County work without taxpayer dollars, leading to many in the area closing. Pitcairn residents are hoping that the EMS department in the town reopens. Monroeville EMS is currently covering Pitcairn. This leaves almost 10 minutes of travel time to reach the small town. And we have Royce Jones over at the Daybreak News Desk with everything happening across the country and around the world. Royce?
Thanks, Jess. President Donald Trump, along with daughter Ivanka, visited the African American History Museum in Washington, D.C. this past Tuesday. The two were accompanied by Omarosa Manigault, advisor to Trump, along with Ben Carson, Secretary of the Department of Housing and Urban Development, and his wife, Candy. President Trump seemed to be a supporting fan of the museum, calling it, quote, amazing. Trump also credited the museum, saying, quote, "I've learned and I've seen, and they've done an incredible job." The president was originally supposed to tour the museum on Martin Luther King Jr. Day this past year, but had to change the date due to safety concerns. After touring the museum, Trump released statements addressing the recent anti-Semitic bomb threats to Jewish community centers. When asked about the threats, he called them, quote, "horrible, painful, and a very sad reminder of the work that must still be done to root out hate and prejudice." Moved by the tour, President Trump told the press that throughout his presidency, he would continue the promise of freedom for African Americans and every American, and said that we must continue to fight bigotry and intolerance in all of its, quote, ugly forms. And it looks like Burger King is celebrating Mardi Gras early this year after statements were released that the fast food franchise will be buying the Louisiana-style chain Popeyes. The mother company of Burger King restaurant brands will be purchasing Popeyes for $1.8 billion. The CEO of the restaurant brands company, Daniel Schwartz, says they are excited to be, quote, taking an already very strong company and celebrating its pace and growth. Schwartz reportedly plans on opening up new restaurants in the U.S. and all over the world. The Trump administration is under fire with the transgender community after the administration changed former President Barack Obama's guidelines for transgender bathroom use in public schools this past Wednesday. The new guidelines leave the decision of whether or not trans students should use the bathroom that correlates with their gender identity to be held at a state level. It has been less than a year since President Obama updated the Title IV law that bans sex discrimination to include gender identity, solidifying the protection of transgendered youth, granting them the right to choose the bathroom they prefer to use. The new guidelines do, however, make it clear that trans students are not going unprotected. The letter reads, quote, "The withdrawal of these guidance documents does not leave students without protections from discrimination, bullying, or harassment." As to what Education Secretary Betsy DeVos' responsibility is to this, sources told CNN, quote, "This is not what Betsy wanted to do. It was the president's decision. When the president tells you to do something you don't want to do, that's a hard spot to be in."
Royce, this executive order, what is that going to mean for trans students around here in the country?
Thank you, Alex. Basically, what it's going to mean for trans students is the decision as to whether or not they use the bathroom that they feel fit is going to be held at a state level. It's going to be up to the schools, the counties, and the states to decide which bathroom they want to use. Quite frankly, it's a little bit of a setback and could kind of confuse the schools, as long with the students and the parents of the trans students, as to what are they supposed to do.
Well, thanks, Royce. After the break, the one, the only, Pauly D, the Hype, Daniels will join Jess and I for a quick stroll on Conversation Boulevard.
That's right, Alex. Stay tuned to see that beautiful man and what our topic is this week, only here on Daybreak.
Here on the Pioneer Sideline, we talk a lot about sports in the studio, but it's beforehand when the conversation is actually interesting.
I hope I have enough powder on. I don't want to be too shiny on camera.
No, Trevor, I think it looks good every week you pull it off.
Ah, thanks, Phil. Man, your hair looks great tonight, by the way.
You sure? Yeah, I mean, I got a new haircut, but it looks alright.
Hey, guys. Does this make me look fat?
No,
you look great.
You look good.
Yeah,
Kyle.
Thanks. I was really...
Sports! Yeah!
Ever wanted to be behind the mic and have the world listening to your show on campus? Well, it's just as simple as joining WPPJ, Point Park's student-run radio station, located on the second floor of Lawrence Hall, right next to the dining services. Listeners can tune in using Point Park's website or through the TuneIn app by searching WPPJ. WPPJ welcomes any new DJs that want to get involved, so be heard. Do you have what it takes?
Well, no one showed up to the show tonight. Follow my lead. In 3, 2, take 2, open mics, cue talent. Good evening and welcome to UView News. I'm Josh Krupp. We begin with breaking news out of West Penn Hall. Ready, 3, take lower third. Traffic is backed up in the West Penn elevator line after elevator 1 broke down on the 7th floor. Lose lower third. Maintenance advises students to take the stairs to avoid delays. Ready, 2, take 2. In other news, no, you know what? I didn't sign up for this. We need crew. Join UView. Take alien hand transition.
Welcome back to Daybreak. It's time to pop some loose change in the parking meter so we can take a little wow on Conversation Boulevard. And today we have the Hype, the only, Pauly D, Daniels, smooth like Jack Daniels. Here we go. There he is.
On, Paul.
The myth, the
Always
man, the legend.
Paul Daniels.
Yeah, how's
Hype.
it going?
The Hype.
This is the Hype.
The Hype.
The number one
Right
Hype. He is the Hype.
That's what I live for. You
Yeah.
know? My Twitter handle is HypeManPD.
Hype Man. At Hype Man.
I always, you know, there's so much negativity in the world.
Yeah.
Why not brighten your day with
Right.
a little bit of hype? And I live for the hype. I hope everyone lives for the hype.
How is the Hype?
Oh, it's
The Hype.
fantastic.
I know
Live
you just had surgery. Where the Hype? Is the
yeah.
Hype still there?
All right. Well, that was one of the darker moments, but we got through it.
Yeah.
And positivity and hypeness.
The Hype never died.
Yeah, I had ACL surgery, and it was rough that first week recovering.
I bet.
But
So, what made you stay positive?
What made you stay hype?
What made the hype prevail?
I always stay positive. I mean, you gotta, because if you don't, then it's really just gonna affect you in the long term, and there's no real end goal. There's no real end result. So I always look at the glass half full.
Awesome.
Hype. You were talking about Hype Life Water the other day.
Oh yeah.
How's the Hype? Yeah, Life
Hey,
Water.
there's only 2 bottles of water I really enjoy, and it's Fiji, from the islands of Fiji.
Yeah. That's great.
And Life Water.
Yeah. Life Water.
Hype Life.
Yeah.
So what's with that? What do you mean Hype Life Water?
It's just purified to the nth degree, and it's the best water I've ever tasted.
That makes it hype.
Yeah,
Hype.
definitely.
How hype is life right now for you?
Oh, it's fantastic.
The hype's still going.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm about to graduate, and
Yeah.
half a semester left. Spring break.
Spring break.
Everyone's amped for spring break.
Absolutely.
I know,
The
everyone is.
hype.
The hype.
Yeah. I don't do this though. We do
Nah.
Do this.
Hype.
fist pump every once in a while, you know.
Yeah, Polly
Couple of
D.
these.
Get people
Polly
amped.
D fist pump.
It's so you know, it's fantastic to get people amped. I encourage everyone every day to try to get someone amped up about something, even though they don't want to do something.
Yeah.
It makes a difference.
Nice.
And we get hype to the Zoe 101 theme song.
Oh my
I'm not gonna lie.
God.
We get
Zoe
hype to it.
101.
Zoe
We get,
101.
there is so much hype.
Yes,
to
we
Zoe
brought
101.
that up.
So much hype to Zoe 101.
We brought that up in
hype.
Dave for Billy's class.
Dave for Billy's broadcast announcing
Oh
class.
my
Chloe
God.
Chloe was
Money.
with us.
Yeah, Chloe Bender.
yeah.
Shout out to you, girl.
That was one of the hypest theme songs.
Yeah, we just started singing and playing Zoe 101, and it hasn't
awesome.
died. It's still
Yeah,
hype.
definitely.
It's still hype. The hype's
It's
still
still
there.
The hype is still there.
So what's one of the most hypest moments in your life?
Hypest moments.
Ooh.
Well,
Oh my goodness.
I was hype.
Go for it.
I was super hype in high school. I was always hype. I was like, let's go.
Super hype in high
I was all the
school.
way turned up. I know, chill.
I feel it. I mean, for me, honestly, it was coming here to Point Park. I love this place so much, and just being able to have a family here with you guys at UView, it's pretty great. And
I love
Definitely.
it.
the
It's so
hype is here,
Hype.
guys. The hype. Tune in.
Where's the hype going? What's up with the hype?
Oh, gosh.
What's
Well,
in
you
store
know,
for the future of
the
the
future?
hype? What is the future of
After
the
graduation, well, you know, it's up in the air.
hype? Yeah.
But we'll see whenever, you know, if I can find a job somewhere, I gotta go. But
Sports, though?
yeah, I hope to be in sports.
All right.
The
We'll
hype.
see.
Hype is sports.
It's really depending on where my job will lead me, but we'll see.
So the hype's never gonna die, right?
Hype never dies.
Hype never dies.
Hype never dies. Always
That
lives on.
hype's gonna live
24/7.
Hype will never die.
24/7,
That's awesome.
365.
Well, the hype brought to you.
Is Pauly D, Paul Daniels, the hype,
The hype himself.
the biggest hype, and the 8th wonder of the world.
I don't know about that.
Paul Daniels.
I don't know about
That is what Vic said. So you're the 8th wonder of the world.
How about
Thanks,
that?
Vic.
How about that?
So thanks for coming on.
Always a
It's
pleasure.
always a pleasure.
Yeah, definitely.
Always.
Okay, Daybreak is going to a quick break, after which we have a fun new game prepared for us.
Oh my God. Stick around to see what's in store for us only here on Daybreak.
It's been the most unpredictable election in U.S. history.
And on November 8th, we'll bring you the historic conclusion.
Donald Trump,
Hillary Clinton,
Pat Toomey,
Katie McGinty.
America is writing the next chapter in its history book, and UView is your only source for election night coverage. Election Night 2016, live from the Center for Media Innovation, Tuesday, November 8th at 8 p.m., only on UView.
Every human being has a purpose, has a dream to have their voices heard, no matter where they come from, no matter where they go. As an American, it is their right to have freedom of speech. I have a dream that one day this message will speak louder than words, that even the quietest voice will not go unnoticed. That is my dream. What is yours? For more information, visit www.freedomofspeechpsa.org.
Welcome back to Daybreak. Today, our producer has given us a challenge called Drunk or Kid.
We will basically tell each other stories from our childhoods or a drunken escapade while the other guesses which it is. And we have Francesca Franzelio.
Hello.
She's going to join us for whatever this may be.
I'm sorry, Mom and Dad. I'm letting you know now. I'm sorry.
So let us not waste time anymore. It's Daybreak's first ever edition of Drunk or Kid.
Okay, I'll start.
Interesting stuff.
Okay, so one night I was with a bunch of people and somehow I landed on the corner of a table and I have a scar on my forehead. And I had to go to the hospital get surgery for it.
I see it.
And it took like a few hours, and then I had to wear a patch on my head for 6 months. Drunk or kid?
I'm gonna say kid.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
I'm
kid
gonna say
too.
kid for sure.
Yeah, I was kidding. I got
Kid.
pushed off the couch.
Kid's
I got pushed off a couch.
What? How old were you?
I was in 2nd grade.
Kids are so
7.
clumsy. What are you gonna do?
I know.
All right.
That's so
Well,
sad.
I guess I'll share a memory. So one night, I'm messing around with my brothers, sisters, friends, whatever, and I don't know, something we always used to do as kids was mess around with our friends. We would just be like, hey, I'm gonna scare the crap out of you, or hey, I'm gonna do this, or hey, I'm gonna do that. And one day, I see my sister, she comes around the corner, and she says, Jess, I'm gonna scare the crap out of this kid. And so she goes, and you know what she does? This kid walks up, she punches him. Square in the face, straight up. Now, what do you guys think? Was she drunk when she did it?
She was drunk.
She has to be drunk.
No.
She was a kid.
She was a kid.
Damn. Girl has the hands.
She was like, hey, I got you.
Oh my gosh.
So,
Okay, all right, my story. One time, I was in the back of a Jeep Wrangler, and when I went to get out of the Jeep, I fell face first in the snow.
Oh my.
Was I drunk or a kid?
You were drunk.
You had to be drunk.
No
Yeah.
way.
You had to be drunk.
Yeah.
Face plant.
Yeah, I was. My friend was like, my friend has like a 2-door Jeep Wrangler, and I went to like go get out of the Jeep, and she was like, "I'll catch you," and I went to the right of her. I didn't even like go near her, and just fell face. Yeah, it was bad.
Oh
Yeah.
my. I mean,
I don't. Yeah.
That's
hilarious.
just
Yeah.
tough, man. A face plant.
Yeah.
Face plant. Shout
I
out.
know.
But, for me, one day, it's in the summer, I decided to go on a bike ride. And I'm singing Tom Petty, Free Fallin', and I completely wipe out on my bike. Was I drunk when I did it?
I want to say you were a kid.
You were singing Tom Petty while you were
I wanna
riding.
say
On
she
a
was a
bike,
kid.
free falling, and I wiped out.
Oh, I'll say a kid.
Nah.
Damn.
You were drunk?
I was
Girl.
drunk when I did it.
Why are you riding bikes when you're
I
drunk? You're
It's a DUI.
You're about to be taking out a duck on the road. What is this? Okay, I have one. Okay.
Oh my God.
The one time I was with a group of friends and something happened really bad and my friend just started profusely vomiting. Like we went out to eat the night before and all this stuff happened and puked in a cooler. And that cooler was stuck there for 4 months and no one even told, we didn't even tell my friend's mom. For 4
Oh
months.
my God, moldy puke. Oh.
We didn't even see it until summer came around.
Drunk.
I'm gonna say a kid.
We were drunk.
Yeah. I was gonna say.
It was New Year's 2013.
I was gonna say.
That is so horrible.
I feel like when you're a kid, you like.
All right, who had to clean that out? It better be that kid.
It definitely was not him.
Oh, he's so
Just
lucky.
a hose. I don't know. I wasn't.
That
there.
is
That's not my fault.
ridiculous. That is
Okay.
horrible. I can only imagine.
Speaking of New Year's, one time my friends and I, they have one of those like staircases that like look over top of the living room, and we were all on the top of the staircase, and my one friend like missed the front step, and he was behind me, and we all went tumbling down the stairs.
Tumbled.
Yes. Was I a kid when it happened, or was I drunk?
Maybe a kid. Maybe. What do you?
I just assume everything you do is
No.
I'm not an alcoholic. Yeah, I was drunk.
That's what I'm saying.
Where's the innocence at here? Come on, guys.
My childhood was odd. I don't know. I didn't like.
Well, share us a memory from when you were a kid. I'm gonna put you on the spot. Let's go.
Okay. I feel like. Okay, one time when I was a kid, I went to take my dog outside, and he had one of those like wired like leashes, and
like the retractable ones.
Yes, and he was half Saint Bernard, like half American Bulldog.
Oh, so big dog.
He was and I was playing with him, and I didn't realize it, and he ran a circle around me, and then he went flying, and he dragged me by my ankle, and I actually have a scar on my ankle still to this day. Like it won't ever. Like he the wire like ripped into my foot.
Oh my god, that must have been.
So that's what I mean. My child, that would have been obvious I was a kid.
Yeah, but still.
So like,
oh my god.
yeah, I don't know.
I have a good one in my head. Okay, I was in a different country.
Please.
And I woke up in a random bed surrounded by like 10 other people. Drunk or kid?
I'm gonna say drunk, just because. Why are you gonna be in a bed with a bunch of different people?
Oh, I'm gonna say drunk too.
No, I was a kid and it was my family.
That's creepy. Whatever.
All right.
I was gonna say that's creepy if you were a kid.
I was like creepy. They're my. I had to say
The
it
way
like
you tease that in,
I had to tease it like
The way you tease that in, though.
Yeah.
Oh,
no, it's just my family. I didn't know how I fell asleep. I just woke up.
Oh my god. I mean,
it was raining outside. I don't know. We were in the Philippines. That's what was going on.
I have another story then. I was riding a dirt bike. Yeah, I was riding a dirt bike, and I went, like, for whatever reason, thought it would be smart to go off a jump, and when I went off a jump, I broke my growth plate, and then...
Where? On your foot?
No, in my arm. And then 3 weeks later, did the same exact incident and broke my arm again.
Completely?
Yes.
So does it mess it up your arm now?
No, it's all right. I mean, whatever.
I would say
Is
kid.
it a little...
Yeah.
I would say kid.
Kid?
Yeah, I was kid. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So that was obvious.
Okay,
I
so
tried. Okay, I tried.
So who won?
I'd say you guys. I kept saying kid. I was hoping you guys were a little more innocent.
You probably beat us.
Yeah.
Shout out to Fran. Shout out to
Fran's
Fran.
the winner.
Bravo.
Okay.
Sorry,
Bravo.
Mom and Dad again.
Yeah.
Bravo, bravo.
Sorry, family.
But thank you for joining us.
Thank you guys for having me. It was fun.
And that's it for Daybreak. Make sure to join us again next week for the news you need. I'm Jess Paterchak.
And I'm Alex Grubbs here on Daybreak, hoping your news is good news.